America did not begin as a superpower. In fact, if you had asked the world in the late 1700s whether this new country would survive, most would have laughed. 13 colonies, fresh from war, deeply in debt, arguing with each other, and surrounded by empires far stronger than they were. Britain still controlled the seas. France and Spain controlled trade routes. And America? America had ideas, but very little power. Imagine standing in 1783. No modern army, no stable currency, no global respect. Would you have bet on this country? Be honest. Most people wouldn't have. And yet, here we are. So the real question isn't how powerful America is today. The real question is, how did this happen quietly, patiently, and deliberately? And what can that teach us about power, money, and influence today? Let's go back to the beginning. After independence, the United States was nearly bankrupt. Soldiers hadn't been paid. The government owed massive debts. States acted like separate countries. Some leaders even feared the nation would collapse within a decade. One foreign diplomat wrote that America was a temporary rebellion, not a lasting nation. Now pause for a moment. Think about this. What destroys nations faster than war? Debt, division, lack of trust. America had all three. So what saved it? Here's where the story gets interesting. Instead of avoiding debt, the United States did something radical. It chose to honor it. Alexander Hamilton argued that paying every dollar owed, even unfair debts, would signal something powerful to the world. This nation keeps its word. Many Americans hated the idea. Why should we pay speculators? They asked. Why reward the wealthy? But Hamilton wasn't thinking emotionally. He was thinking strategically. And slowly, something incredible happened. Foreign investors began to trust the U.S. money flowed in. Trade expanded, credit formed. Without firing a single shot, America gained financial credibility. Ask yourself, how many nations fail because no one trusts them financially? More than we care to admit. From the very beginning, America learned a lesson most empires learn too late. Money and trust are power. As decades passed, the United States avoided something that destroyed many European powers: constant war on home soil. While Europe fought, America built. Railroads stretched across the land. Factories multiplied. Immigrants arrived with ambition, not entitlement. The country didn't look glamorous, but it was productive. Now imagine two paths. One empire fights wars to take land. The other builds systems to grow wealth. Which one lasts longer? By the late 1800s, America was producing more steel than Britain and Germany combined. More oil than anyone else. More food than it could consume. It wasn't shouting about dominance. It was quietly becoming essential. Then came the moment that changed everything. World War II didn't just reshape borders. It reshaped power. Europe was devastated. Asia was shattered. But America? Its factories ran non-stop. Its cities stood untouched. Its workforce grew stronger. When the war ended, the world needed rebuilding, and America had the tools, the money, and the stability to do it. This is where the dollar changed history. Instead of ruling through colonies, the U.S. positioned its currency at the center of global trade. Countries held dollars. Oil was priced in dollars. Trade flowed through American systems. The U.S. didn't need to conquer. It became indispensable. Think about that for a moment. If the world uses your money, whose rules do they follow? This wasn't accidental. It was strategic, quiet, long-term. Now here's where many people misunderstand American power. They think it's only military. It's not. It's cultural. It's financial. It's technological. Hollywood shaped how the world sees success. Silicon Valley shaped how the world communicates. Wall Street shaped how money moves. Ask yourself, how many countries control the stories people watch, the apps they use, and the currency they trade in? Very few. And yet, power like this is fragile. History tells us something important. Power doesn't collapse suddenly. It erodes slowly. So here's the uncomfortable question. Is America repeating the mistakes of past empires? Or adapting again quietly, like it always has? Look at today's debates. AI, energy, trade wars, global alliances. These are not random. They are the next chapters of the same story. The tools change. The strategy doesn't. Every generation faces the same choice: short-term comfort or long-term strength. And that brings us to you. Because this story isn't just about nations. It's about individuals too. Do you chase fast rewards or build slow resilience? Do you react emotionally or plan strategically? The same principles that built empires build financial freedom. So the next time you hear someone say, "America just got lucky," remember this. Luck doesn't last 250 years. Strategy does. If this kind of deep, calm storytelling helps you understand the world better, stay with RichieRich. Because the future doesn't belong to the loudest voice, it belongs to the most prepared mind. And history always leaves clues, if you know how to read them.